good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. My name is Jonathan Morningstar, and we are here today with Nana Ayebiafo, Jnana. Nana, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing good also.
Okay.
Do you prefer Nana Ayebiafo or just Jnana?
You will say because of the tradition, people should call me Jnana, but you have to preface it with Nana.
Okay.
Ayebiafo. I remember when I was in my village and some people called me with my local name. Then some of the chiefs were saying that that kind of thing. So left me alone, I would have said, Jnana is okay, but I mean, you say you're a chief, and that is the title that comes with the throne that you've been given. So you call me Nana Ayebiafo Jnana, that's okay.
Okay.
But in case maybe you forget, because probably you've been calling me for Jnana for a long time and you don't remember to preface it with the Nana, I think that will be fine. But according to tradition, maybe if that happens where the chiefs are there, they can tell you should, pay something. So you be join, just because not accredited the person. But it's fine. Jnana, people don't understand that name.
What's the meaning of that?
Jnana is just like the summum bonum of knowledge, condensed knowledge personified, that kind of thing. So it's a superior name, but now I'm a chief, so Nana Ayebiafo is fine. You can add it.
Okay. Sometimes you get closer to some people and all of a sudden you feel so good. Mm-hmm. Other times you get too close to the person and you feel like you are sick, kind of. Mm-hmm. So back in the days, I discovered that thing and I thought it was me. So throughout the studies and other stuff, I came to learn about something called aura. What is the aura about?
Okay. Thank you. And I would like to say a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening to all the people watching us. We do appreciate the time you spend with us, liking our videos and sharing the videos and all that. We do appreciate. So if this is the first time you're watching our videos, don't forget to subscribe and also share the link to others. See, I've been saying this all the time that we have 3 dimensions in life. We have the gross dimension, we have the subtle dimension, and then we have the spiritual dimension. So these 3 exist all the time. So the gross dimension is things or are things that we'll be able to see, perceive, touch, feel, like that. So all those things exist within the gross dimension. For instance, we eat, we dress, we drink water, we sleep. All these activities are done within the gross dimension. Okay. And then what happens with our emotions, with our subconscious mind, with the subtle realm, these are considered to be subtle dimensional activities. And then what happens between us and God, the demigods and God, the angels and God, that is termed to be spiritual. So our physical body still carries the subtle body. And then the subtle body carries the spiritual body. So within this body, we have 3 personalities. So it's 3 in 1. The gross body, the subtle body, and then the spiritual body. So the aura is just the manifestation of the subtle body.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is the gross body. And even though the subtle body is within the gross body, the energy or the vibration of the subtle body permeates the gross body and manifests outside our body as the aura. So the aura is just the energy, vibration of the subtle self. So it is not only the human being that possesses aura. Trees, animals, all living beings possesses subtle bodies because they have a living soul within them.
They have souls?
Yeah, animals, trees, they all have souls.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to somebody and the person said, how can a tree have a soul? And I said, even if you didn't do science in school, trees dies.
Yeah.
Right? So if the soul, that tree doesn't have a soul, why will it die? They die like the way human being dies. They grow. And according to science, they prepare their food, photosynthesis. They breathe. They breathe in carbon monoxide and then breathe oxygen. So exactly what we do, they do the same thing, just that they are immovable. So trees possess souls. They have souls. When you cut a tree, they mend themselves. Don't you know?
Yes.
It's like you have a wound and then you treat it.
Yes.
They mend it. So the trees that are human beings, they're like animals, we all possess souls. So the subtle body permeates this our gross body, but this effulgence. And the effulgence of the subtle body is what is termed as aura. And the aura differs from the personality from personality. So for instance, the aura of a tree is a little bit different from that of the animals, and that of the animal different from that of the human beings. But all beings possesses auras. I'm talking about living beings. So if you say aura, aura is just the vibrational energy of the subtle body.
Okay. And I also came across chakras or chis during my research.
Sure.
So what are those also?
Chakras are just the energy points on our bodies. Now this body, there are so many energy points. Like I was telling somebody, we have from here, we have the crown chakra. The crown chakra is actually the main gate that connects us to the spiritual realm. If anybody is able to connect with God, is able to connect with the spiritual world, the person can do that through the crown chakra. Then if anybody wants to connect to the subtle realm, you connect through the third eye, the Agya chakra.
Oh, okay.
So from there we have the crown chakra, we have the Agya, that is the third eye chakra, we have the true chakra, we have the solar plexus chakra, we have the navel, we have the spleen chakra, we have the navel is there, we have the sex chakra, we have the basic chakra. So like that, we have about 13 chakras. So all these chakras are just energy points to the body. So anybody who is a mystic or a clairvoyant, you're able to read people just by looking at their chakras. The chakra of individuals will tell you what kind of person they are, what they do, how they think, and all that. The chakra will tell you. Because for somebody who is very intelligent and somebody who is into mystical things, when you see the person's Agya chakra, the chakra down here, you know this person is very much into spirituality. Somebody who loves meditation, somebody who loves mystical things. If somebody is very spiritual, when you see the crown chakra, everything will tell you. Somebody who sings a lot, or somebody who talks a lot, you look at the true chakra, you'll be able to see. Somebody who have a very good heart, somebody who is loving. When you look at the heart chakra, you will know. Somebody who is very aggressive and very wicked, when you look at the heart chakra, you will know.
How do you know? By looking at them?
Yeah, because the size, the chakras can expand, it can inhibit, and the colors that you project will tell you. So for instance, you see somebody who is very loving, somebody who loves humanity, is calm, down to earth, very humble, very peaceful. You see the heart chakra will be broad, and the colors are beautiful colors like snow. Okay? It's kind of a mixture of clouds and snow together. It looks beautiful and calm. But somebody who is very dangerous, aggressive, violent, a vulgar person, you look at the heart chakra, you see it broad, but the colors are multicolored with a lot of negative energy. You see it yourself. So the same chakra that tells you of somebody's good attitude, the same chakra will tell you the nature of the person if it's negative as well. Then you go down here, if you see somebody and the sex chakra is very huge, it tells you this person is somebody who is sex addict. Like all these people, street girls, when you see them, you look at them far away, you can see the sex chakra almost covering everywhere because they engage in sex daily. Somebody who is very active, very strong, a stout person. You look at the basic chakra and you see very active and red, burning with fire. You see this person is a very hardworking person. Many a times when I'm watching boxing, I love it. That's my favorite sport. I like all this martial arts.
Okay.
Anytime when I'm going to watch and it's a live match, I am able to predict who is going to win.
How do you do that?
I look at their chakras and I say, this person is going to win. Okay. Anybody that watches boxing with me, martial arts, as soon as they start, give me just a minute to two. I'll tell you this person is going to win, and it will win. Because I read through the chakras, and the chakra will tell you this person is going to win. When they're going to play football, and there's going to be penalties, I'll be able to tell you which team is going to win, just by looking at the goalkeeper's chakras. You understand? So these things are very mystical things, but it helps in day-to-day life. We can learn so many things. So I will just tell you that people should learn that apart from the aura, we also have our chakras, and by the the merging of the chakra to the aura, one is able to study the human being properly.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So we learned is the arrangements of the chakras in the human the same as the trees?
Yeah, same thing for the trees, same to the animals.
So they also have the sex chakra.
They do have.
So do trees have sex?
They do have sex. Their sex is not the way they have to run to go and meet somebody. They have sex through the pouring grain.
Oh, okay.
So when there's a breeze, when there's wind, and then from the flowers, then through that, the pouring grain fall into the other one, and then they're able to form their seed and they get fruits.
Wow.
But within the whole body, whatever we have here is also arranged in the body.
Okay.
Yes. For instance, in mysticism, when you look into your palm, all the organs in your body represented in the sole of the feet. So those who do massage, they know this very well.
Okay.
If you go for massage, the person is touching your feet,
okay,
the sole of your feet, but at times it presses some place and then you feel pain here, or in the head or in the heart, because all the parts of the body are represented under the sole of the feet.
At times you can hit your back and you feel it.
And you feel it somewhere else, yes, because everything is connected. But specifically with the organs of the body, everything is represented under the sole of our feet. So I would say people first must respect nature, because it is not only the human being that possesses souls. The animals do possess souls. The trees also do possess souls. We need to understand this fact. We have aura. The animals have aura. The trees have aura. And we can't say because we are humans, we have these things and these don't have. If you want to even look at the tree, the aura of the tree is beautiful. All pranic healers, mystical healers, people that heal with the hand, at times after healing so many people and you're exhausted, probably you've lost so much energy. You know where to get energy from?
No.
You go close to the tree, you raise your hands, and you're able to tap energy from the tree.
Can you demonstrate anything?
No, it's simple. I mean, the palm here, we have a gate here called chakra, palm chakra. Okay. You're able to project energy through here, and then you can absorb energy through here. So when you stand in front of a tree, a big tree,
any tree,
it can be any tree.
Okay.
But no, but when it's big, the bigger, the better energy you can get. So you stand around the tree, you first have to activate the palm chakras this way. Then you connect your tongue to the roof. So we say connect the tongue to the pilot. Then you raise a hand like this. As you raise, instantly you will see something is just pulling, something is drawing into your body. I mean, it's science. You stand, raise a hand like this, and you can feel it.
Okay.
Like, somebody is injecting you some energy. So all mystical healers, all pranic healers, that's what they do. Early in the morning, in the evening, they go and stand around a tree, they raise a hand like this. They absorb so much energy. Even materially speaking, when one is very sick, if you go to the countryside, go and hang around trees, within a short possible time now, you'll be doing well, because the trees possess so much energy, and the energy is so divine. Don't forget that we even eat the fruit to get energy. We eat those leaves to get energy. So they possess so much energy. So energy is not just for only the healing. There's so much energy from the trees.
Oh, okay.
So apart from the food we get from the trees, we can get subtle energy from the trees because they are living beings. And don't forget, the trees they are almost like positive beings. They don't have all this kind of negative, impression about people, how we think negative, we want to kill people. Trees are like that, quiet. Yes, they are trees because of their previous life. Living beings who perform some acts in their previous life. Nature will punish them by giving them that form of a tree. You can be there for thousands of years, immovable.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It is said that people who like nakeding themselves, like people that go to town, they get naked themselves, they don't care, they wear some small thing to cover their private part, and they don't care. Such people, they risk getting bodies of trees in their subsequent lives. Because, yes, tree, you'll be out there naked in our sun, the sunny time, the winter time, whatever, you have to be there out there. Because in their previous life, they never wanted to cover their bodies.
Okay.
So nature was okay. As a human being, you don't want to cover yourself, but still you have to put some small thing on covering your private part and your boobs like that. But in the form of a tree, you don't need anything. You just go and stand there for thousands of years. Be under the sun, be under the rain. Guess there, show all your everywhere to people. They don't care.
Okay.
That's when nature works.
So with our fashion sense, we actually sending a message to nature.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Whatever we do, not only with what we dress, what we wear, anything we do. We spoke about Akashic record here. Anything you do, you are sending information to your Akashic record. And this information will be downloaded for you in your next life. And in fact, it is based on this information you are giving the Akashic record in nature that your body will be created.
Oh, wow.
So one have to be very careful. If you are fond of just nakeding yourself anyhow, trust you, I'm telling you that you risk the chance of getting the body of a tree in your next life. Some people might even say, how is that possible? Don't worry. Some of these things you can never understand. But when you get there, you remember. I mean, maybe you can remember that. Wow. Once somebody said it. So the fact is that we have to be careful. Talking about auras and then chakras, these are things with us and we must work on them. The better person we want to become, we have to start working out, especially with our aura, our chakras and all that. Become a little bit strict, disciplined. You don't do things anyhow. You don't just eat any food. You don't just drink anything anyhow. You don't move anyhow. You try as much as possible to live a life that will be able to permit you to really understand. Love yourself, love your neighbor, and then be a human being. I mean, not just ordinary human being, but a civilized human being.
But can someone influence you with their aura?
Yes, auras can be influenced. As we are sitting here now, our aura is together now. So if you keep on moving with somebody who is a very good person, there's a possibility of you getting the qualities of the person.
Okay.
Likewise, if you move with somebody who is very negative, the possibility of getting negativity from the person is very high. There's this adage that show me your friend, and I'll tell you your character, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So normally, people feel that it's because you associate with a smoker, then you become a smoker yourself. It is not just because of the person, but because of the energy thoughts the person creates. You see, when you move with somebody, the way you think, what you do, they all create energy thoughts. So the energy thoughts are like bubbles.
Okay.
So if you're clairvoyant and you see people, when people are thinking, you see them bubbles like that, so many.
So you can read minds.
You can read it. So all these things are the energy thoughts.
Oh, wow.
So when I move with you all the time, my energy thoughts are here, your energy thoughts are there, they keep on messing up. So because I have a strong willpower, my energy thoughts is able to subdue your energy thoughts. So if I'm a thief, after some time, you might not even see me stealing, but you end up stealing somehow. Because my energy thoughts have subdued your energy thoughts and you'll be influenced subtly. So, yes, you can be influenced by the auras of others. That's why I tell people you should be very careful the kind of association you keep. You keep wrong association, you become a wrong person. You keep the right association, you become a better person. It is not because you see people womanizing or following men, that's why you become a womanizer or you begin to follow men. But just for the fact that the energy thought they create is always about men. If you're a woman with them, you end up becoming men, because the energy thought will influence the way you think as well.
Oh, okay.
So yes, it's good you associate with good people, because like I'm saying, as we are sitting here, this is the end of my aura. Okay?
Okay.
So as soon as you get closer, you are in my aura. So you stay for a while, like we move together, we do things together, and you're always in my aura. So you end up having things for me. If I'm wearing a very strong perfume and you are close to me all the time, you go home and then somebody begin to smell me on you. You know, like I was saying the other time, a lot of women are very smart. Their husband, their boyfriend goes out there to go and mess up with another lady, and this lady uses some nice perfume. When they come home, they'll be able to detect that you went to meet somebody with a different perfume. So, what kind of scent is that? The women are very smart. Yeah, see, when you are close to somebody, you fall within their aura, and many things happen, good or bad happens when you're able to tap into the auras of other people. So yes, mystical people, most often they don't like being in crowd. That's one of the reasons. Anytime you move into crowds, you accept a lot of auras, bad, good, negative, like that. So better if you're not doing anything, stay home.
Okay.
Because whereas, and the truth of the matter is that when the more you get influenced with the auras, you can't help it but to act in the way the aura detects to you. Because the aura will detect what you should do. You know, for instance, you are a very gentle man, you respect everybody. But as soon as you take in some alcohol, maybe half or quarter, just after 2-3 minutes, you begin to misbehave, right?
Yes.
So even though ordinarily you are a very gentle guy, but something will influence you to do things that after, oh, why will I do this? So same way, the more you get intoxicated with the auras of other people, it can influence you, affect you negatively for you to do things that you don't want to do. So yes, if you ask me the question, if you can get influenced with the auras of other people, yes, true. Other auras can influence you, especially if the other person is more stronger and determined in willpower than you.
Okay, so as you were talking, you said your aura ends here.
Mm-hmm.
So does it mean it can expand to where I am?
Yes.
The reason why I'm asking that is some people, as example, our parents, they give birth to us. Most of the time, their aura covers us.
Mm-hmm.
So we think when we grow, at least automatically, we can be able to exchange the love they give for us.
Mm-hmm.
But some people end up abusing their parents. Is it the parents' aura or the aura the child has accumulated?
Yeah, so this whole thing is kind of complicated in the sense that this child coming to this world is coming with some special karma or destiny. And this karma is chalked for you based on your previous activities. And you still go through a mother and a father. So somehow you will get some influence from your parents. You get some influence from the environment that you were born into, the community, the society. You get influence from all this. And then you'll also get influence, or you'll be forced to act in a way you were supposed to act based on your previous life. So this mother, as you see now, mother of this child, this mother probably in the previous life was the husband of this boy who used to be a woman in the previous life.
Wow.
And this man you see now call himself the mother of this boy. He was a man in the previous life and maltreated this boy who is coming as a boy, but was a woman who used to be the wife of this man. He maltreated him so much to the point that nature has arranged for this boy to come through. You, in ancient that you were a man,
okay,
but you come as a woman now. You give birth to this boy, and this boy will come and give you the same trouble you gave to him when you were a husband and you was a wife.
So everything is perfect.
See, nature is beautiful.
Wow.
So now, as a man and a wife, if your wife misbehaves, you can decide to go out of the marriage, okay? Even if it's customary, whatever it is, ordinance, you can just break the marriage. It happens every day. But is there any way you can disown your son?
No way.
You can say it verbally, but no, the blood is there. So this boy, he's not a wife for you to throw away. He's a son who is not going anywhere. He will make sure he will smell pepper before you die. So anytime this boy goes out, he comes home with a problem. Maybe this time around, you are wealthy, you have money. You have a good name, people respect you. But this your son, he will not listen to anything. He will give you hell. It will get to a point, he will take a gun. If you don't give him the money, I'll kill you.
Your own son.
Your own son. And truly he will do it. Maybe he goes into drugs. He's smoking, he's doing things that you know is very aggressive. You can do it. Whatever you do, this boy will never change. He want to give you problem. So, see, the boy is having his own karma. You're having your own karma. Yes, you nurtured him. So you have to develop some love for you. So yes, maybe when he was growing, he would develop love for you. But get to a point, that influence is no more. Now you have to start operating within his own karma. And his karma said that this woman that you call your mom in your previous life was your husband and you were a woman. And he maltreated you. So this is how you're supposed to act. Even though this boy might not know, but things flow naturally and you suffer, you cry every time you come problem. You go out, you come and you go to your shop and steal all the things there. You can't send police to arrest him. Even if you send police after 2-3 months, now you still feel, okay, let me just bring my son. He will give you troubles like that. So, see, the whole world is intertwined. The karma is there, the destiny is there. the vibration the mother carries, the society this person falls into. So many things come together. So all I can say is that nature is perfect. Nature is very fair. All the things we see around are good things. We might not understand, but trust me, they happen for a reason. But there's one thing we should all understand, that our destiny carries 70% of the activities we perform. The remaining 30% is our own free will. So even though, yes, this man or this woman now was your husband in your previous life, and you today, a boy, used to be a wife of this woman who was a man, he maltreated you. Now you have taken birth in her womb as a woman now, not a man anymore. You have to maltreat her because 70% of the karma say this boy must punish the mother. But your 30% is, even though these things were done against me, I have to use the 30% to act properly and treat the person well. You understand?
Okay.
For instance, someone steals your money. It will never happen if you don't deserve it. See, this world is something. Whatever happens to us, we deserve it. At times, it's very painful to speak like this. So now, if somebody is going through some difficult situation, the person begins to think, so is this man saying that all the pains I'm going through, I deserve it? What did I do? And I will tell you, God is fair. God is what?
Fair.
It's fair. God will never allow you to experience anything that you don't deserve. That's why I say God is omnipotent. He's the most powerful. So upon all his power, if he allows things to happen to you, it means that you deserve it. If not, he had the power to eradicate that. Many a times, we enjoy some good deeds in life. Many a times, we experience beautiful situations in life. And if you be sincere to yourself, there was nothing you did to deserve all those good things.
But we say it's good luck.
Good luck.
Yes.
Okay. So when bad things happen to you, it's bad luck. So why do you complain? So what I'm trying to say here is that there are many things that we cannot pinpoint. The good things we did to receive those good things happen to us. Same way, bad things will happen to us without we causing a damn of anything. So the fact of the matter is, everything has been arranged. So the question asks me, this child, after sucking the mother's breast milk, the mother nurturing you to become whoever you are today, why do you maltreat your mother? So I will tell you it's wrong for you to maltreat your mother. You must do everything possible to make her happy. But if you ask me as a spiritualist, because I just don't look at this scenario, I go beyond to find out why this person is doing that. I've been giving this analogy all the time that you go into a movie house, and the movie house, the movie is like 2 hours. You goes in there when it's just 15 minutes more to the end of the movie, and all that you see is maybe they've gathered around one guy, everybody's beating him. After beating him for some time, they've hanged him or they want to kill him. As a normal human being, this scene is going to make you feel bad. Oh, why will they do this? Because you're just looking at what these guys are doing to this person. You didn't start watching the movies with them. Had it been you started watching the movie, you would have been the first person to say this guy must be jailed. Maybe in the movie, he was the one killing people, raping young girls and molesting kids and all that. After a very long time, now the law catches up with him and now they want to punish him. You are feeling good, better for him, that why should this thing happen to this person? So life is like that. Many a times we start looking at scenarios just now. We don't go behind the scene to see what caused this. If you read the Bible, when Jesus Christ healed one boy, a man, who was a blind man from the mother's womb, that after many years I've never seen anything. He was blind from birth. And then the disciples asked Jesus, so, Master, this boy, is it because of the sins of the parents that made him to sick, to get blind? Or it is the sin of this boy that caused his blindness.
How can a baby commit a sin?
How cannot? And you see, he was blind from the womb. So the question is, when did he commit the sin to merit that kind of situation? If you read the Bible critically, anytime Jesus Christ healed somebody or saved somebody from a bad situation, there was a word he uses. Go and sin no more, so that something bigger than this does not come to you. So if you are smart, that is telling you that the problem you were having before was due to some sin you committed. You get it?
Okay.
After healing somebody, saving a situation, Christ says, go and sin no more, so that something terrible than this does not come to you. So that implies that what you were going through was due to the fact that you committed some sins. Right? So what of those kids that had their problem from the womb? When did they commit the sin?
Can you explain?
See, if you want to look at only this life, you say, no, God is not fair. Because we know children are innocent. So innocent means that they have never committed any sin, even as they are kids, infants. So why will God allow such a situation to happen to kids when they are innocent? So many times, so many atheists, they don't believe in the existence of God because God is wicked. I met one atheist from the US, and I was like, no, I cannot worship God. All those kids that are born in war-torn areas, they are suffering like anything, and God is looking at them. God is not doing anything about it. So you feel God is very, very wicked. And truly, if you want to look at life simply like this, you must think that God is wicked. Because we go to the churches to say God is all powerful. God, you're all powerful, and you allow kids that are innocent. Some kids are blind. Huh?
Yes.
Some kids are crippled, they can't walk. And God Almighty, you're up there, you have all the powers. Why do you allow this thing to happen to this kid? In fact, if you're not very careful, you begin to think even God doesn't even exist. Or if he exists, probably he's not all powerful.
Okay.
Because you are looking at life, only this lifetime, only this scenario. So you wouldn't understand. But people who are mystically, elusive, people who really understand, they don't look at life, only what happens now. They try to go behind the scene to find out what could be the cause of the situation. So the whole point is, I will also tell people, be very careful how you treat the elderly. I say this all the time. Because their experience alone can consume your future. The experience they've gathered could consume your better future. Now, because of social media, you don't care about anybody. Some few years back, people were disrespectful. So they can just speak to insult people with some kind of proverb. That kind of thing. But now people are so direct, they can call your name and insult you. 2-3 hours, they will insult you throughout. You know why? Because social media is giving people so much power. Some few years back, people were getting power from money. Okay. No, sorry. First, people were getting power from education. So if you're educated, you have PhD, you're a doctor, you are this, there's so much respect. You have wherever you go. Those days, they will ask you, who do you want to become if you grow up? So I want to become a doctor. I want to become a soldier. People mention them because that time, people become very powerful with education. It got to a point. Now education doesn't matter anymore. You become powerful when you have money. So now when you have money, people respect you. You can get anything that you want practically. But now, it is not education that gives power. It is not money that gives power. It is social life, social media. Somebody who is nobody become a TikToker within 3 days now, he's a celebrity. And everybody wants to be like that person. That person could be a stupid fool. He doesn't have any intelligence. He could be illiterate.
Yeah, true.
So now, What gives power is social media. People get power through social media. So what I'm saying is, social media is giving you this kind of power. And you can be here and insult people 2-3 hours. I am not saying they don't deserve the insult. Probably maybe they deserve the insult. But you ask yourself, are you ready for the consequences as a person? Your father misbehaves. He deserves to be chastised. But if you are the son of that person and you chastise him, even though he deserves to be chastised, but are you ready for the consequences of a son chastising the father? A president might misbehave, do many things that we don't like. Yes, we pay our taxes to him. So it's painful. At times, if care is not taken, you might even issue some words, like insulting words. But you ask yourself, yeah, this person deserves to be probably chastised or to be insulted. But you as a person, are you ready for the consequences after the insult? Let me try to elaborate for people to understand. The person, the minister, whoever it is, before he became a president or before he became a minister, you didn't have any audacity to insult that person. Okay?
Okay.
But based on some activities, that's why you think and feel that because of A, B, C, D, you deserve to be insulted. It means that actions give birth to repercussions. Do you get it?
Yes.
Let me put it this way. So this person you think that probably might have messed up things. It could be your father, it could be your mother, it could be some early person in your family, it could be the president, the minister, the DC. You think this person deserves to be insulted because he did A, B, C, D. That should tell you that actions beget reactions.
So your actions.
Your action of insulting an early person will beget a reaction.
Wow. I get it now.
I know from the beginning you were not getting it. That's why I have to keep on repeating it. So the action of this person is begetting a reaction of your insult. So don't forget that your insult will also beget a reaction, and it could be something dangerous. So I would like to advise the youth, it is very painful that somebody who is supposed to do the right thing is not doing the right thing. It's very painful. I bought a car, and when they gave me the duty, to be honest with you, I nearly cried.
Why?
Because the money they were quoting, so much money. And I never even knew that they were actually charging in dollars. So they will tell you in cedis based on the dollar rate. So you bring a car, maybe SUV, like V8, and you have to pay something like from $35,000 to about $50,000.
Why?
Just only the duty.
Hey.
And I'm not speculating. I know what I'm talking about. Like all these Range Rovers, like this, what's the name? All those V8s, like maybe the Escalade. There's one car, Lexus. Okay. All these V8s, some of them you pay from $35,000 up to $50,000.
You can even buy a car here.
What are you talking about? $10,000 is what? 120,000 cedis. So if you have to pay duty for $50,000 times 5, 120,000 times 5, how much? It's more than 6 billion. It's more than 600,000 Ghana cedis. So you fight your way out and get money and pay for this duty. Now you start driving and all the roads is bad. And these cars, the parts are very expensive. Some of them, their shocks alone, their front shocks alone can give you about 20,000 Ghana cedis. Get the shocks. So you move and go to work within 2 months. The car you have to pay like $50,000 just for the port duties. How much you bought the car is not there. The shipping fee is not there. Just only the port duty. Then you start using the car within 2-3 months and the shocks are spoiled. So when you are driving on those bad roads, you are tempted to say bad things about these people. So after collecting all these 50,000 at the port, see the roads. So you might think that you deserve to insult them anyhow, because after the taxes you are paying, you are not benefiting from anything. And I'll say, yes, it's true. At times they deserve to be insulted. But you think that they deserve to be insulted, but don't forget, they deserve that insult because of some actions they perform. They didn't manage the country well. They didn't manage inflation well. The economy is bad. They are not doing good. That's why you think they deserve to be insulted. If you are intelligent, let your intelligence tell you that the action you also enact today by insulting an elderly person will also produce a result. So I wouldn't say insulting them is bad or is good. Probably maybe deserve that because of what they are doing. They are not managing the country well. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. That's why you have to insult them. But your insult will also generate results.
How do we go about it without insulting them?
At times you can criticize people. You can criticize people and without insulting them. In fact, the politicians that were leaders, they have been insulting us all these years. They don't insult us verbally. They insult us with their actions. For instance, we pay all our taxes. We do what we're supposed to do. And at the end of the day, we don't benefit from anything. We go to the bad schools. We go to the bad hospitals. But when they are sick, they go out there for medical attendance. When they give birth to kids, they plan for the wife to go out there to go and give birth there so their children can have the passport of those countries. So after taking our money to decorate yourself and your family, you leave us here to die and use these archaic hospitals. And you go out there for treatment. That is a big insult.
Very true.
So you might say that, okay, what they are doing, they have already insulted us, so why not? We should also insult them. But I'm telling you, these people, they suffer like anything before they die. You take your time, sit down. Most of these politicians, they don't die young. Nature intentionally keeps them around for them to get to a point where their body will not be able to fight any disease anymore. And all the terrible diseases in the world now, you find it in their bodies. The cancer you are afraid of, most of the politicians, the old ones, they have cancer. I'm telling you. The prostrate that you are afraid of, most of these politicians, they have prostrate. The diabetes that you are afraid of, most of these politicians, they have diabetes. They have issue with their liver. They have issue with their heart. I'm telling you, most of the deadly sickness we see in this world, they don't sleep well.
And they are still wicked.
They are still wicked because they are not intelligent. They cannot even ascertain the fact that the situation they are going through might be the cause of what they have done to the people. So they still keep on becoming more wicked. So they will suffer, they will die, and after death, they will go through terrible situations. So what I'm saying is, be very careful not to insult the elderly. So you asked me, how do we talk about it? We can criticize them constructively. Like when I have a life and I want to talk about politics, I don't insult anybody, but I speak my mind out. You watch, you listen, and it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. I wish that everybody can think the way I think. So if a politician misbehaves, you don't insult him, but you make sure you campaign against him for him to lose the election. The politician is not afraid of insult. Huh? There's no politician who is afraid of insult. If politicians are afraid of insult, like former President Mahama would never ever think of becoming a president again. Huh? I was in this country. How they insulted this man. So if insult is painful to them, why will he be coming back? Politicians are afraid of only one thing, and only one: losing election. So if you want to harm any politician or do something against the politician, it is not insult. Insult is not insult. But there's one thing you can do to a politician that he can think. Let him understand that he is going to lose the election. Recently, the Kumawu by-election, I was in Ghana, I watched it. within a week or two. The kind of development they enacted there, only God knows.
So they know beautiful things.
They know beautiful things. But they were forced to do that because they were afraid to lose. They went to the other side, sin. You see what happened there?
Yes.
The whole night they were consulting Ruth. They are not, there's a word I'm looking for.
Ignorance.
No. They are not afraid of insults. Your insult does not do them anything. You insult them every day. They don't care. But try as much as possible to put sense into the head of people so that they vote against those people. That's what they are afraid of. Because the fact is that you insult earthly people, you do bad things to them, you will have repercussions. Apart from the fact that karma is going to bless you with a lot of negativity based on how you treat the earthly, the experience of the earthly can consume your good destiny or your good future. They have gone through so much. They have done so many things. And everything they have done amasses some kind of experience. So when you attack those people, when you say bad things about those people, earthly people I'm talking about, not politicians,
okay,
you might have terrible consequences because they have possessed a lot of energy. Okay? I know some people don't even take care of the earthly. That's one of the reasons why here, Africa, see, at times when I sit down and look at how we do things, Africa is like a jungle. No, it's serious. In this country, how we treat people, especially the less privileged, it's sad. There is this man who has been meeting me on these routes. He's an old man. Anytime he sees my car, he will just do like this. He will stop me.
okay.
Any day this man sees me, because I remember about 8 months ago, I was entering. So as soon as I turned this way, he stopped me. He looked nice. So I stopped and he started talking to me. He said, there are 3 things you never do if you want to be successful in life. I was just looking at him. 3 things you should never do. You should never, he said, there's some things he said before, the one I'm remembering now. He said, you should not bite people. Don't speak bad about people in their back. You know this person is working, this person. You go and say many things so that this person can lose his job. Never do that. Then secondly, you work with people, make sure you never cheat them. Whatever they deserve, give to them. And the third one, make sure you never have sex with any one man's wife.
That's deep.
I'm telling you, the man just here at the gate. I knew he was looking for money. So I was just smiling, and after I just gave him the money, he started blessing me and saying things like that. Just like 6 months, 8 months ago. Now he looks weaker. So anytime he sees me, he stops my car, and I'll stop and I'll give him something. I give him this because I started thinking, he's a very handsome man. So I will reflect, say, about 30 years ago, this man was like a young man like me, and probably he was more intelligent and beautiful and handsome than me. See now, why will this man be walking around asking people for help at his age? Like, it should be a retired person, and there must be some amenities around where this man can enjoy his life and then until death comes. Why would this man be walking on the street? One thing comes to mind. Maybe the people are not taking care of him. It is sad.
Very sad.
That your mom, your dad, after spending so much energy and time and resources on you, now you neglect them. And not that you don't have the money. You have the money, you give to your girlfriends. You buy them the iPhone 14, the iPhone 13. Now you buy all the expensive wigs and do all the beautiful things for yourself, and your mother and your father suffers. After all the energy, the resources they spent on you. So when I see people like that, this is the way I think. But at times I also laugh and I smile that you are a young man and you think that, yes, you have the strength, you have the money. You don't care about your old parents. But you've forgotten that about 30 years ago, they were young like you. They were young like you. They were like that. They could do things for themselves. Probably do their own cooking, go to the farm. They can do anything like you. Now, age is not permitting them. And you are not seeing the sense of you lending some help to them. Thinking that you will not get to that position. You will get there. See, your parents that you think you don't want to mind because they are troublesome. When they get to that point, they can talk. This the menopausal symptoms. They can talk the whole day. Whatever you do, they will talk. Whatever you give to them, you can give them big money today, and they can go and tell somebody, "Me need a medical comport me." They might have food in the house. This is what they do. Don't blame them because you will get there. You will get there. I used to ask people or tell people, the old people today that people are insulting them, that they are complaining, they used to be young some time ago and they were insulting the old people. So you will say yes, so they deserve it. Because when they were young, they were insulting old people. So they deserve to be insulted. So you too. You are young today, you are insulting them, it will get you a turn one day. That is life. It's an amazing one. So one must be careful. You see the abroad, their lifestyle. Yeah. A man works and then he has some retirement package. So every month something is fixed there. When they grow old and they don't have kids in the house to take care of them, you know what the government does?
What do they do?
Government have wonderful places where they send these old people there. They have nurses and doctors to treat them. So they will be with them until death comes. So at least they will not be on the street.
Okay.
But here, if you grow old and you don't have money, you are a witch or a wizard.
I've never seen a rich man's mom being a witch before.
No.
Always the poor.
Yes. So here, if you are an old person and you don't have money, you are a witch, you are a wizard, and all your grandchildren, nobody will come to you. Your own kids, they won't come to you. So you'll be in that condition and die. And you, the kids, that you think that, okay, you don't mind, have you forgotten that you will get there one day? There's something with India that I love so much. Beautiful tradition. In India, this is the husband, this is the wife. They live in a maybe 5-bedroom house. They have kids, girls and boys. The boys grow old. They go and marry. And they bring their wives to the house.
The family house.
To the family house.
Okay.
So say 2 boys or 3 boys. They will share the rooms. Okay? So now, their wives will give birth. When they give birth, they will learn everything from that house because they have early people in the house.
That's true.
So yes, the mother is young, she will go to work. The father is young, he will go to work. The kids go to school. They come around 2 p.m. The parents are not there, but the grandparents are there, so they will guide them to behave like sensible, intelligent beings. So yes, the parents are not there, but they will get trained by their grandparents. Now you, as you're watching me, you are making money, and you are saying that you are making money for your children. You don't want your kids to grow to become handicapped, so you want to help them. That's okay. So you go to work. You leave home by 5 a.m. because probably there's traffic on the way. You come back, you close from 5. Before you get home, it's about 8, 9. The kids have to go to school the following day, so they are sleeping the time you go home. Your husband is doing the same thing. So when they return from school around 3 p.m., when there's no adult in the house, what do? It's either they watch television or they be on their phones. Now, smartphone, everybody's on social media. The things they learn on the social media, you don't have any idea. You think your kids are not going out. They are not making friends out there. They are just home after school. This is teaching them things that you were never taught when you were a kid. So yes, you are not making time for your kids because you think you want to create a better future for them. Before that future comes, their life is spoiled.
Because social media took care of them.
Social media will take good care of them. Now TikTok, it is so addictive. When you are watching TikTok, for a whole day, if care is not taken, you can keep on rolling and be rolling until when you say your battery is dying. Very addictive. There are things that you never saw when you were a kid. Your kids are seen on social media. See, life is an amazing thing, but we don't learn. Take care of your early ones. It is your duty to do that. Even if they did not take care of you. I don't know how we're going to do this, nationwide. Because trust me, I feel our politicians should think about these things. After struggling, serving, doing many things as a young person, you grow old and you are left to yourself.
That's painful.
So if you were unable to save some monies, you will cry. See, the most saddest aspect of the whole thing is people who are in charge think that they will not grow old.
In fact, everybody thinks they will not die. For me,
yes,
I think sometimes, death.
Death is there, but I think it's not my turn.
Yeah.
No, not for me. But you can die tomorrow.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
So the whole point is, our leaders, you guys are not thinking. Sorry, I'm not insulting you. Because the point is that the people you see as old today, who are unable to take care of themselves, you will get to their age and probably you will be worse off. You might be thinking, okay, for you are making money. You are embezzling money for your kids. These your kids, before you grow old, they will be minding their business. They will have your money. They will have access to your money. They will have access to your property. They will be minding their business and they will not even mind. You might see them once in a blue moon. You'll be in the house. A whole 2-3 months, you will not see them because they are also managing their family. They might come to you once in a year. So at that point in time, that's where you will know that it would have been good for you to make good arrangement for the elderly. So I would say, yes, our politicians are not making arrangement for these things. But on the individual basis, we must try and work something out. At least with your parents, if they are alive, try everything possible to make them feel happy. They have sacrificed on you or you don't know.
Do you have any true life story you would like to share, maybe heard of or experience?
No, there are many. There are many. I can just use my own life as a, true life story. I've been telling people that I'm a hustler. I've hustled in my life. And I think it was good for me to hustle because it makes me very intelligent now. But there are many things that I know now. It is because of the hustling that I hustled when I was a young man. My mom and my dad was having some money, I think when I was a kid, or maybe before I was born. Those days, he was having a car. To tell you that he was not a poor man.
Okay.
Those days, they had a house, 4, 5 bedrooms. Before I was born, he was a very big farmer. I remember even what I saw. My father used to have big farms, corn farm, gardeners, tomatoes. Like throughout the whole year, he's farming. And he used to bring people from the north. So in our house, all the time, you see Northerners stay in the house. So it means that they were not poor. But it got to a point, when I grew up, when I was a young man, my father was not having money. He wasn't having any car again. I think the house was there. That's what we were all managing. 5 bedrooms. And we were 5 at that time. So the seniors took the rooms and some of us have to join together. So we were just living there. And my mom used to go to buy oranges, plantains and stuff, like a whole car, he'll bring to the market. The women will come and take it. It got to a point he didn't have the money to be doing that. So she would go to the market to go and buy from people who has gone to bring it from the villages, and then she will sell. So I remember when I was in secondary school, I'm like a girl. Because from school, I was day. From school, I had to go to the market. My mother would buy me all the stuff. I'll go home to go and prepare food. I'll wait for her. She will be home around 8 p.m. We will eat. And she will leave very early in the morning. We were staying at Jnana, and I attended Jnana for secondary school. It's far. In the morning, at times I used to walk, right? Oh, yes, I used to walk. It's far, but I used to walk. So my mom was doing this all the time. And at times, I go there to the market in the afternoon, and I see the scorching sun. And she'll be standing the way they used to call for their customers. They are calling people. I'll be looking at her. I was doing science. I was on scholarship. But there were some things you have to pay, like your books and your housekeeping money stuff. And she have to provide all that. And I'm not the only son. I have my junior brother, my senior brother was there, and then my senior two sisters. So I remember once I was just looking at my mom in the market, the way she was busy here and there, trying to get some small money so that I can go and cook. So I was like, wow. My junior brother, two of us were staying with my mom.
Okay.
But my junior brother, he was in JSS.
Oh, okay.
And he was stubborn boy. He's stubborn. You know me, like I'm like the modest boy, always in the house. I don't like him troubles. He go out there, he have friends. Where we're living, we were new there, but my brother he knows everybody there. Me, I didn't know anybody. But for him, he goes out in the morning. He will come back late in the night. So I'm always in the house. I have to cook for her. So once I went there, the way I was looking at this woman, somebody told me, I'll take care of my mom. I remember this very well. Because from the market, from the school, the Jnana school, and then the market is not too far. So at times, a young boy, you just have to come and say something because you need some coins. You don't come and give some story, they won't give you.
Yes.
In the afternoon, I remember those days we used to have cocoa drink. It was very famous that time. And some tea bread, the one with some powder on it, some white one. So in the afternoon, it will be very hot. They will put margarine inside. And the people that have money, they will be buying with the poor people, we don't have. You go to school, but you have to get your stomach full in the house because in the afternoon you might not have money to buy.
Yes.
So at times I have to rush down and say, they have to do this, so that at least in the afternoon you can also buy the cocoa drink and the bread. And this woman was doing all this. And even before we came to Jnana in Bindumasuya, she used to prepare kokonte, banku, and those things. So late in the night, she will be doing the soup. They had to do the soup the previous night. So early in the morning, they will do the kokonte, banku, and people start buying. She was doing this for a long time. So when we moved to Sunyani, she was not selling the food anymore. She was in the market. So I said, this woman, if I get money, I'm going to take care of her. Because she has tried so much. So as I'm speaking now, I feel like sharing tears, It's sad. It is sad,
Life is 70% destiny, 30% free will. Please try and take good care of your parents, including me. I'm talking to myself also.
So, like I'm sorry, anytime I speak about my mom, I feel so emotional, But I'm very happy now. She's happy.
And I'm glad you are glad you took care of her.
Yeah, I'm happy that she's happy now. I'm sure she's happy. Sometimes I feel so bad when I see people not taking care of their parents. Because I remember all the pain she went through for me and my siblings. It was not so easy. So I remember once I went to Sunyani and I went there. She was renting a place. I had been paying for the rent every year. I'll go there and I'll pay. So once I went there and I was like, I think you should not be renting anymore. Get me a house, I'll buy for you.
Wow.
She was like, I said, yes, get me a house. So I gave her like a week and she was not getting a place like that. So once I said, no, I have to go to Sunyani and look for the house myself. So I drove there, I got to Sunyani, and I told some agents, please, I need a place. I'm staying for 3 days before I leave 3 days. I want to get a house for my mom before I go. So they got me about 3 or 4 different kind of houses, and I didn't like the environment. Then finally they got one at Berlin Top, a nice place, 4-bedroom flat. Very nice, a big compound. We have big land where we can even build more houses there. And the woman told me the price. I said, okay, give me the document. I checked, it was okay. That very day, I made a payment. I didn't tell her. So we took the chance, we did all the painting and all the things we're supposed to do there. So I went there and with the keys, I said, take this to the house. And I drove her there. She got there and said, Radimi Payamini, you know. And I've never forgotten.
How did you feel seeing her very happy?
No, see, my mom, I have always loved her. She's a good woman. I remember those days when we were young, and my mom, she cooks, goes out. In the night before she comes home, she will come with a stranger. And the food he will come and give to the stranger. Almost every day, my mother would do this. So I remember we used to say that we be all and talk about how nobody and my mom will say something. It says that, see, all the good things I'm doing to these strangers, I am telling God, say, Muni, namusumu tu kwa namu kunya problema. Papa ya me yama hoho. Unyanko ponya sa papa na mama.
That's deep.
My mother will say this all the time. And I remember when I started traveling, I never had any difficult situation without having somebody intervening for me. One day I will tell you my real story. One day, from beginning to the end.
One day we'll treat that.
You will cry for me. I'm telling you, you will cry. Some people see you, maybe you have cars, you have a house, and they think that you have never ever suffered in life. Say, me, my mom, I love her, and I hope that she doesn't die now. But death is inevitable. Everybody is going to die one day, so I know one day he's going to leave. And when she dies, I will be happy because she has done what every human is supposed to do. She's a good woman. She's religious. My mother is good. You ask my wife, she will tell you about my mom. Many women, when their kids have money, see the way they treat their in-laws. Go and ask her, she will tell you. My mom came here. She came to spend like a week. So before she left, I called her in my room and I was like, she come. I wanted to discuss something with her. I said, Radime Payabini. My mom was saying this. See? So if you have parents, you should take care of them. You don't know the kind of difficulty they go through. I remember those days in Dumasuya, we were not having any proper kitchen. You know the village kitchens?
Yes.
Normally it's this thatch house.
Yes.
So when it rains, at times the whole place is muddy. When it rains on your cooking, everything goes off. The fire will be quenched. So, and a mother, she had to find ways and means to cook food when it's raining. You can just imagine we're just boys, we'll just be room, we are hungry. We're front face, we're looking for food to eat. She must be in the kitchen to do all that. So now, if God has blessed me and I'm able to buy something for my wife, then I leave my mother in the village to suffer just because somebody will tell you that mother is a witch. Wait, Jimmy. Now, wait, Jimmy, you don't have sense. Because some pastor told you that your mother is a witch, your father is a wizard, then you will not do your duty. You leave them to suffer in the village when you're sick to car. I'm about your cigar. Now, would you anyway? You don't have any sense. I'm sorry using this word, but I'm becoming a little bit emotional. Because I don't see me seeing my mother as a witch or something, and that's okay, let me neglect her. I can't do that.
Even if she's a witch.
Even if it's a witch now, it's my mom.
Yes.
Even my mother is a witch, it's my mom. Why will I neglect her because she's a witch? You think you can get a second mother? No, it's not possible. It is not. So some of you guys, how you treat your people, just because a pastor told you something, you don't have any sense. You don't. What they go through. And I mean, I'm very fortunate. I would say my wife is a very good woman. And you know, there are some women also, when they get married to somebody that probably have a little bit, they want to start to lord it over everything. They don't want any family member to come around. When they see them, they begin to frown face. No, my wife is not like that. She wouldn't even do that. Share me. Come on, no. No, I'm just telling you that. Come on, no, you can't do that.
I can even attest to that.
See,
even me, that I'm not a family member. See how she feels.
Yes, she's a good woman. See, me, if you want to see my wrath, try with my mother. You will see something you have never experienced in your life. You know, I remember one time, my senior sister, she passed on. I have some little issue with my mom. And when I bought this house for my mom, Not this family matter, but it's not deep, so I can just say it. When I bought this house for my mom, and I told her, she was staying in my father's house. I said, why don't you go and stay with your mom? She's old, so they can be there. The rooms are many, 4 bedrooms with 2 different halls, 2 different kitchens. So why don't you go and stay there? She said, no, she doesn't want to go and stay there. When they are growing like that, they talk too much. I said, you that you're not even grown self, you talk more than her. So not talking alone cannot be the reason. She said, no, for me, I don't want to. If you want me to go and stay in Sunyani, then you should go and rent another apartment for me. I want to go and stay there. Still, she doesn't want to go and stay there because she wanted money to go and rent another place. So I said, okay, go and get a place, I'll pay for it. She went there, said, go some 2 bedrooms, then I paid for it. After some time, she told me that it has elapsed. I said, the time I gave this money, I don't think it's more than 2 years because I remember I paid for 2 years. No. So I think the landlord also had an issue with her because my sister, she's very critical. She's the right person. If it's not right, he'll talk about it. So the landlord was having an issue. They came to my uncle and I said, okay, if that's the case, she should move and go and rent a different place so that I pay for it. So she was with me. I went to Sunyani and I wanted to see that the room before I paid. So, but it was not ready, so I gave her the money. So she went there to go and pay. After about 2 months or so, I went back to Sunyani and the same landlord came to report to my uncle that my sister is still insulting him. Okay. So as I about some people discuss about behind that man. You know what she did? The house is like a family house. So like 4 people own the house. So first he was laughing because you know the story. So in the house, like 4 people are owning the different rooms there. So the old landlord owned this room. And another family member also owned this room. So when I said, leave the house, she left this landlord's room and then go and rent another one. So now she's in the house, okay, but not in your house.
Okay.
So she can just say anything you want. So I asked her, but you were giving money to go and rent it. I said, I'm also, be area. She didn't want to tell me the same house because I wouldn't be happy with it. But we found out that she was staying in the same house. But now, she's not renting under you.
Yes.
And into it, and my sister, yeah. I remember one of the cases, he would just insult you and he would cry the whole day. So, when I told her to go and stay with my mom, and he was saying this, she wanted a new place. Because there was still a problem because I said, no, you can't stay in the house to be troubling people. So I personally went there, we got a new, nice place. That was where she was staying before she passed away. Now she went and tell somebody that the brother has bought a house for 2 of them. And the mother said she didn't come and stay in the house. You know, I know her. So my mother told me this, I got angry. I got mad. I said, I was there when this woman told me that she's not coming to stay there. And I personally came to go and rent the place. So I went there and I said, sister, you told me, say, won't now put fee. I was saying, I'm saying, now, you're not the one telling people, say, your mother said she will not allow you to stay in the house. So she can't say anything. I got angry. I said, why would you be doing this? I told you, say, if you ever say anything against our mother, who is also my mother, I won't take it lightly with you. In fact, I will just give you this story to tell you how I cherish my mom, how I value her, that I will not allow anybody who dare you to do something bad to my mom, talk to her badly. Whatever it is now, she's my mom, I love her. And I remember that all that she did is what is making me who I am today. So maybe you might not have this wonderful story about your parents, but they are still your parents. Take care of them. Those of you staying in abroad, you guys get so much money there. Your parents are down here. They are suffering. You are sending money to prophets and fake pastors all the time, and your parents are suffering just because they have told you your mom is a witch. Some of you will never even send your case to the family because you think that your mother or your father is a witch or a wizard. So see, old age will catch up with you one day. If you don't respect people who are old today, you will be old tomorrow. I was watching some video about a week ago. There was a debate that Nanado and President, that's former President Mahama, They had some debate. I don't know, maybe some of you might have seen that video. Nana Addo was having bushy hair. And they were very young. You've seen that video, right?
Yes, I've seen it.
So Nana Addo was having a bushy hair, very handsome man. And Muhammad too, a very handsome man. They were having this debate. So I was just looking at them. I said, what? See how nice and young they were. But not see Nana Addo now. See Nana Addo. So a few years back, Muhammad was saying that he's a young man. I remember very well when they had to compute in Nana Addo from 2012. Yes. He was telling people that, yes, I'm a young man. I was saying, I'm a Ghana. But something like he was born before, after Ghana having independence. So on an eyes or a Ghana. I remember they were having something like that. Me and I war after Ghana independence. And all these contestants, they were born before Ghana had independence. So I'm young. Now you see Muhammad now. All the white is gray now. From 2012 to 2023, how many years now? Like 11 years or so. Yes. You see him? You are getting close to that point. So if you don't work anything around so that people who are old will benefit, you will get there and you will suffer. Never ever think that you remain like this for life. Me, I study with my body. I study with my environment. That gives me intelligence to see how to deal with people. Tomorrow can be very unpredictable. Make sure that you do things right because you don't know tomorrow. If you're a man and you are chasing after girls anyhow, because probably you are very strong. Maybe now you are strong, so you can just be following women anyhow. It will get to a point. A woman will be lying by your side and you cannot feel anything. And even when you feel anything, you can't do anything because everything is okro. I'm telling you that. When we were kids, I remember we used to fool in our village. When we want to urinate, as kids, we will raise our manhood like this. And then when you make something like that, at times you can even touch it with your tank. I remember very well. Try it again whether you can do it today. No, if you're about 40 years, 35 years going, try whether you can urinate for you to make that curve that you used to do, for you to touch your tank. You can't do it. You know why? Because your manhood is muscles and it's growing old. It will get to a point you cannot even stand again. So now if you think you are young, so you can go around messing around, it will get to a point. You will see more beautiful ladies with a nice shape. You can only smile. You can only smile and go and sleep. So now that you have strength, it is good to conserve your energy. That's the point I want to hear here. Now that you're young, you must try as much as possible to conserve some of the energies now. Because when it gets to the old age point, the body is broken down. You don't have any energy again. But the energy you conserve now can be stored for you to assist you during those periods. So people who are ejaculating every second, when you become an old person, your manhood will not work again because already it has done enough work. Yes. So at that point, your manhood cannot perform again. But now that you are young, if you regulate your sex life, you don't take all this Chinese medicine because you want to impress women. When you grow old, even after 70 years, there will still be some energy for you to perform. So it's going to be so painful that at the age of, say, 70, and then you have a very beautiful woman, beautiful lady, nice, with a shape, something that attracts any man's mind. And all that you can look is you look at this and they smile. And there's nothing you can do. Hey, you be sumbasa. So what I'm saying is try to conserve your energy now. Stop misbehaving. Conserve your energy now. I was talking to somebody and I said, when you grow old, diabetes will come. Prostate will come. Cancer will come. Kidney issue will come because old age will invite all those situations. But if you eat well, you stop drinking alcohol, you stop smoking weed and cigarette and all those smokes that you take thinking that it's good, At that point where all those kind of ailments comes around, the energy you conserve from your youthful time will be able to sustain you.
So can taking care of the elderly also help improve your aura?
Yes, why not? You see, when you help old people, not just old people, anytime you are able to put smile on someone's face, how do you feel?
Feel good.
You feel good. Unless you have never tried this. Just help somebody to smile. You will know how you're going to feel. Just recently, we went to somewhere. So when we were coming, we wanted to buy this Ayebiafo biscuit. So in the traffic, we're not getting. So she asked, please, is there any Ayebiafo biscuit here? I said, no, it's not here. So there's one guy who was selling this tissue. So it's okay, they are far away. So, okay. We didn't know this guy went all through the crowd like that, went far away to go and call the Ayebiafo biscuit seller. She came and I think we bought, is it 50 cents something? And this guy that was selling the tissue, he was just walking and he was just smiling with broad smile. So I was telling the people in the car, I said, you see the way he's happy. You know why? Because of him, somebody has made about 50 Ghana cedis now. So he's happy because he is part of the happiness of this lady.
How was his aura when you saw him?
No, I didn't check that.
Oh,
My mind didn't even go there.
Okay.
So I told them people should buy some of the things that he's selling. So they bought some of the tissues. You know, that they used to put in the car.
Yeah.
They bought some. So I was looking at the guy. He was just smiling. As I was going, he was just smiling, happy. I said, wow, this is the real happiness. When you are able to facilitate someone's happiness, that is the real happiness, not you yourself. If you are very intelligent, you only get happy when you are able to facilitate the happiness of other people. Your woman goes to the kitchen to cook, and the husband doesn't eat. She gets sad the whole day. You know why?
Why?
Because when the husband eats and is happy, she will be happy. Most of them, they cook, they don't eat. After cooking the fufu and all the nice things, they're going to eat some gari. Yes, they want to do soakings and eat.
That's painful.
You might think it's painful.
No,
but when they see you eating, they're happy. They are happy. So if you're able to help the elderly and they're happy, it affects you as a person. It affects you positively. So you're asking about aura. It's not only aura. It will change everything negative in your life. Helping the needy, helping the aged. So please, for me, today I've become very emotional, especially when I was talking about mom. My first time, showing this kind of emotions on live this thing camera. But trust me, you should value your parents to the point that you are not ready to listen to any rubbish from any person.
So that's the last advice you are giving.
Yes. That somebody is a witch, somebody is a wizard. You must take care of your parents. You are living nice. You are living well. Your parents are in the village suffering. Something is wrong with you. You must take care of the aged, starting from your parents, your mom, your dad, maybe your senior siblings, your senior sisters, your senior brothers. If they are alive and probably they are not feeling well, they are not doing well, it is your duty to take care of them. If I tell you how much money I spend daily, you will open your mouth. And not because I have money. Because I feel that why should you have people around when they are suffering and then you are happy? So the little you have to give. Daily, the money I send through mobile. People that I don't know. Because it helps. So please, if you're watching us, this will be my last advice. Take care of the aged. Because it will make you happy. And when they are happy, they will bless you. Just by their smiling because you helped them, it will help you. And even if, for you can't think about their own happiness, think about the fact that you will become old person one day. You will become aged one day. And you will expect that people to be nice to you because that time probably you will not be able to take care of yourself. You get to a point these two legs cannot function properly. You have to have a third one, stick. Or maybe you have to use something to walk. So before you get there, try to see those who are there now and assist them and help them. So that when you get to that point, Somehow or the other, nature will arrange that somebody also will be there to support you. But if you think that your parents are old, leave them in the village, let them suffer and die, you will also get there. And don't dream that your children will be around you the way they are around today. The same way you left your parents in the village, now you are making your own life. Your kids will also leave you, and they will start their own families. So take care of your family. Take care of your parents. So that when you become an aged person, nature will make arrangement that your children will also take care of you. If not, you will get there, and that time it will be too late for you to do the needful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your advice. And today we saw the emotional side of you.
Yeah. When it comes to my mom, I'm a weak person. She's my weakness. Wow. That's the fact.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I hope this video reaches a lot of people and change a lot of lives. I've learned something from it, and I'm sure you also have learned something from it. If you haven't liked this video yet, please like it and click on the subscribe button to get more videos like this. Thank you very much for staying with us. Bye-bye.